The process is pretty much the same regardless of if you're using ConvertKit or MailerLite or whatever, okay? You're going to click up here under Grow or whatever you use for your software, and landing pages and forms is what you're looking for. Now, every single email provider is going to have some version of this, okay? And down here, you want to create new. And you have a couple of options here to create the form or a landing page. In this case, we want to create a form that we can put on our web page. I'm not going to go into all the details of what these are. That's another video altogether, but just know we're going to use an inline form. And there's all kinds of templates normally. I'm just going to pick one that's fairly common, and that's Poplar, and I'm going to choose that. Now, a couple of things I want you to pay attention to, particularly. Always, always, always change the name. Because otherwise you'll have no idea which one you use for what. It's just much easier to change the name now. Normally you just click and change, right? I'm going to say something like download my awesome freebie, right? And then I want to say something like, I'm going to send you stuff. Now, remember that in the last part of the post that you read, we talked about, you had written your copy for this. So this is where you would use that at. A lot of the forms come with just an email address. I always want a last name or a first name or something, normally the first name. So I'm going to add, and then over here, in this instance, they asked me what field I want. I want the first name, and I want it to be required. So I want them to put in their first name and their email address. Now, personally, I hate the order of this. I think that the first name should always be first. So I always change it. That's just me thinking. Here on your button, you usually have choices of what color you want the things to be here. I'm going to use the same color on this than I did at the top. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to click here and make the font color the same. Okay. Doesn't have to, just my thing. Okay, go away, Google Drive. Sorry. So now I have download my awesome freebie, first name, email address, and my download button. In some cases, you put where this goes into it. ConvertKit does it a slightly different. They put it up here under settings. So you go to settings. We want it to show a success message, and it can say whatever you want it to. We want to have it redirect to an external page, and that's where we're going to create our thank you page. So I'm just going to put my standard thank you page there. Not going to go through all of these other than click on advanced. When the visitors have subscribed to the form, do I want to hide the form? Do I want to continue to show the form or to show custom content? I usually continue to show the form. Here's where you can have ConvertKit automatically send them to a thank you page, right? And what they're doing is they're going to send that first name, email address, and ID as a parameter to the thank you page, so that on the thank you page you can say, congratulations, first name, right? Something like that if you want to. You can have a reCAPTCHA form if you want to make sure that the bots don't work, aren't able to subscribe. I usually do that. Enable the invisible one. It should work just fine, but that keeps your bots from going stupid. In some cases, like I said, you can actually edit the email contents here and put that as your first email. Auto confirm new subscribers if you don't want to use double opt-in. That's another story altogether. And then redirect them to wherever you want. We're not going to go through these two at this time. Okay, just know that you need to do at least redirect to an external page, your thank you page. Okay. Now, this image obviously is not the image that I had in mind. So I want to go back to General Styles, and over here I want to replace this background with something else. Let's just use one of my favorites. Okay, so maybe you could use the if you're creating your own image, you could use the Canva template for like an iPhone or infographic or something like that, whatever you want to use here. And that pretty much is it. Okay. You want to always, always, always save it. And then when you go to publish, you have several options. If you're going to put it on WordPress, it's very easy. Install the ConvertKit plugin and simply type this in where you want that form to appear. You can also use it HTML, on anything. Like if you wanted to put this on Kajabi, you would just copy this HTML and put it wherever you want the form to appear. You can also share the page itself, which I don't necessarily recommend, but you could do that, so that, somebody wants to go directly to the page, that would work. But normally we want it to be on our web page somewhere.